Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So this time I actually recorded myself doing makeup on someone else, and I'm starting off with the brows. I'm using the NYX Micro Brow Pencil in Brunette, and I'm just filling in some sparse areas. And I'm also going to be using the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in light neutral to carve out the eyebrows and make them pop.
30 hertz straight up.
To prime her eyelids, I'm going to use the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer again with a Vasanti flat brush to cancel out any discoloration. And I'm going to set it with the Nye Translucent Powder with a fluffy Morphe brush. Then I go in with the Morphe and Jaclyn Hill palette. I mixed a few of the transition colors in that palette towards the top, just to kind of plan out where I'm going to put the brighter colors. So I go in with the Morphe 12P palette. It's the pink shade, and I'm just putting that down all over her eyelid as the base for these shimmers that are going to be put on next. And you also want to make sure that you kind of blend it up into the transition colors just so that there's no harsh lines. With an e.l.f. blending brush, I'm going to take the burgundy color from the Carly Bible and BH Cosmetics palette, and I'm just going to pat that on the outer corners and a little midway into her crease. And I'm going to use a Morphe clean fluffy brush, blending brush, to diffuse that further just so that there's no harsh lines. So for a pop of shimmer on the lids, I use the NYX Foil Plate Cream Pigment in French Macaron. I love this formula because it's so easy to use with the warmth of your fingers, and it's like shimmer and glitter without having to actually use glitter and glitter glue. Of course, there's some fallout, so just take a makeup wipe and remove it from under your eyes before applying foundation and all that. I'm going back and forth between blending out the colors in her crease and adding more of the pigment until I get it to where I want. Then I'm just deepening her crease with the burgundy shade again to make the shimmer on her lids pop. So for primer, I use the Ordinary High Adherence Silicone Primer. It mattifies your skin, but it also hydrates it, and it's really, really cool. I've been using it for a few months. And while that's setting into her skin, I'm just popping on some lashes, and I kind of did them on and off camera because this girl, her eyes are just so watery. As you can see, I'm like patting her eyes away because every time I touch one eye, the other one starts tearing. It's like crazy. So I'm just popping on some lashes, and then I go into foundation. I used, if I'm not mistaken, the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Foundation since she has oily skin in the shade 107, and I'm using this little blender from like the drugstore. I didn't use like anything fancy, and I just blended that all over her skin evenly. I love it because it's a full coverage foundation, so it looks really, really glam and flawless on the face. And 107 is a perfect shade for her just because if we use anything that's a little bit too neutral or cool, it looks super pink on her. So I have to pull something that's super yellow, and the L'Oreal Infallible shade 107 is super yellow. concealer, I wanted to do something super full coverage, so I used the Tarte Shape Tape concealer again in light neutral, and the LA Girl Yellow Corrector, again extra yellow products for her, and I just patted it out with the damp beauty blender. Well, not beauty blender, it's little, I guess it's a beauty blender, but it's not the beauty blender. And I set it with the Nye Translucent Powder, because this concealer, the Tarte one, actually creases a lot, I've noticed, so I definitely have to set it, and my go-to is definitely the Nye Translucent Powder. To set the rest of her face, I used the Nye Banana Powder and a dense all-over face brush from BH Cosmetics. And to contour, I used a e.l.f. contour brush to contour and bronze with the Hoola bronzer from Benefit. I also made sure to drag her contour or her bronzer down her neck, just because you'll never find a exact match for foundation. So I just dragged it down just so that there's no harsh lines between her face and her neck. For blush, I'm going to use the Too Faced Love Flush palette, and I'm using all the shades in there except the burgundy one. And to smoke out her lower lash line, I'm going to go in again with the Morphe 12P palette on a e.l.f. blending brush. And to further deepen the smoke, I'm going to use a MAC 252 with the Carly Bible burgundy shade from that BH Cosmetics palette. For highlight, I use the Coloupop highlighter in Flexitarian or something like that. I like it because I can just use it with my finger and I can make it look really natural or really glam. And I just decided to double up on the highlighter on her, and I like it because it's a little more pink. So I just put that on her cheekbones, on her cupid's bow, and on her nose. For a lip liner, I don't remember what the name was, but I will try and have it in the description bar below. But I just filled it in with like this mauvey pinky color, and then I used the not even sure what color this was. I think it was the Anastasia liquid lipstick in Stripped, and then I used another liquid lipstick over top that's a little bit lighter in the middle of her lips, just to make her lips look a little more pouty. And again, for that one, I don't remember what I used. But if I do find it, I will list it down below. And once her lips are complete, the look is complete. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Make sure to like and subscribe if you want to see me make more videos. Thank you, and I'll see you guys next time.